You feel me?
I feel like
Participate, don't anticipate.
yeah, I feel like I've actually like used that a lot in my life this year. The participate, don't whatever, and then participate. But like yeah, like in every little thing too, like through social media, through everyday life, like the thought that I have in my head, as long as it's not negative, I want to say something about it. Like it should be said. You know what I mean? Communication, baby. That's what it's all about.
I'm too much of an anticipator, man. I have too many things that like.
Oh, I know.
Oh, you fucking know. You fucking know. If things are going good with a girl for like 2 weeks, I'm like, this is the one.
I gave all that up.
I'm done searching.
But what's wrong with that?
It's
because it puts you in a mind surf cutting.
You put no, but yeah, exactly.
It puts you in a weird mindset where you're like, all right, it's going good, it's going great. Okay, like she's gonna have to say yes.
That's true.
And then you put all your eggs in a basket. Basically.
In that one basket, and then the worst part about it is when you have that mindset, and God forbid the person who you're talking to doesn't have it, and they say no, your world is crushed. Yeah, because you're like, how can this be? Look at me. Right. Look at her. Look back at me.
Too much anticipate, not enough participate.
That's my whole life is anticipation. That's all it is, man. I have this issue where I look too much into the future and forget about the present.
Let me tell you why I stopped doing that. I was driving down Garden State Parkway one time, right? From I worked at Willowbrook Mall over the summer.
That was the first mistake driving in Jersey.
It was a nighttime, and like I've had this problem. I'm always trying to think ahead, right? And I had the illest anxiety attack. Like in the middle of the highway, I'm like 10 miles away from home, bro, and I'm tripping balls.
Parkway or Route 80?
Parkway.
All right.
Like I'm tripping balls, like going like a good 65, 70, right? And in my head, I'm like, I rationalized. I was like, yo, the only way to stop this attack from happening, I have to not give a fuck. Like I had to just not give any fucks and just trust that I'm gonna get safe, right? So I took a deep breath, and I was just like, yo, like. And while I'm driving, I'm thinking about everything that doesn't have to do with driving. I'm just driving. I'm like in the middle of the lane. People are passing me, kind of looking at me funny. And I said, yo, and this is gonna sound dark. I was like, yo, if some wild shit happens right now, fuck it.
Yeah, no, 100%.
And I calmed way down.
100%.
I calmed way down.
Yo, sometimes that's what you need, man. That's what you need.
I don't care about anything.
The minute you say fuck it, I don't care anymore. Dude, stuff becomes so much better. The sun is brighter. The nights are longer. You sleep
everything
better.
tastes
you get
better.
A job.
Feel more confident at times.
Yeah,
I do have moments where I will force myself to not give a fuck. Like if I'm performing somewhere, and whether it's music,
hell yeah, those are the best performances.
Yeah, when it's either music or comedy, because I get really bad anxiety sometimes. People don't know this. And not to suck my own dick here, but people will say like, you look really comfortable when you're up there type shit, right? But I'll have like a sinking feeling in my gut knowing that, oh, you're up next. I'm what? You feel me? Forget I'm even here type shit. But then it comes down to that point where it's like where I get up there, and even internally too, I've told Alfie this. We did a show once, and there was like a crowd of people, and they had a rap portion for me in their song. I came in and I did my little.
Did our show?
No, it was like way back in some bar, right? We were doing this song called Anguish. I'm on a remix for it.
We were at QXT's in Newark.
Yes, exactly. And there was a bunch of rock heads there, these whatever the fuck, right? I get up on stage and everyone's like, "Oh," like they're kind of digging my shit, right?
Oh, yeah, that's true. He had a very negative response. People were digging our band, like sexually digging our band, and then he came up and they went, "Oh."
It's like it wasn't welcoming to rap at all. It was, people are expecting a rock show, right? And the rapper comes up, right? And they're like, "Oh, what's radio music?" You feel me? Like,
yeah, I was very surprised. I was like, "Damn, I was not expecting," because I feel like what we do together is tight. It's collaborative,
right?
It's new,
and the last show, the couple shows that we did where I've been a part of their thing, right, as a rapper. I don't remember having that type of response. Right. There was a point when I was up there that the crowd was fucking with me. The crowd liked me. The crowd liked me at some point, right? But at first, I didn't give a shit, whatever. I'm doing my thing, and the crowd warmed up to me, and they were digging me, right? So I have all these people in the front row. They're vibing with me. The people on the side, they're vibing with me. But there was these two fucking bitches on the corner of my eye.
Always somebody.
they just looked at me like, I came here for metal. And they're just fucking
Always.
eyeing me
Always,
the
always,
fuck
always.
down. I can't even. I just flipped the whole crowd. Essentially, I flipped the whole crowd, and I'm just staring at the two.
Yeah, he was laser.
that
Like it only takes one hater, and
ruin
then
there
it
was
everything.
fucks you
two
up.
that weren't budging. But
Oh my god. Yeah.
my mentality kind of switched a little bit. This applies mainly to comedy, but I'm trying to put it into rap as well.
Yeah.
A lot of comedians, some of them say that like the best kind of comedy is when 50% of the crowd is dying and the other 50 is like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Like that's like the most internal. Yes, exactly. Like that most internal, like, because then it becomes less of like a comedy show and almost more of like an inside joke. You feel me? Like
Yeah.
it's like these people get it. Those fuck faces in the back, they want to
get it.
leave, and it's almost like gratifying now to me because I have this sick obsession about like driving through white neighborhoods with like really aggressive rap music playing. I was on my way here. And there was a cop pulling up on the side, and I had "Life on the Line" by 50 Cent playing.
Yeah.
Murder, I don't believe you, murder, right? And I saw him, and he was looking at me. I was blowing smoke because of my little fucking
Yeah.
jewel, and so I raised the volume up, and I was screaming, "Murder, murder, your life's on the line!" And he's just looking at me like, Trump should have gotten rid of you. Like, you feel me?
Well, I'll say this. I'll say this. So even at our show that I did with you guys, I had. So when we first walked in, I
Yo, wait, low key. None of us has talked about the. I have not talked about the show with you. Me and Victor
Yeah.
Tai Chi has not talked to the show. Usually after every show we talk about like
Yeah.
what we went through. This nobody has talked
I
about.
think
the
you
show.
and me have talked about it,
Of course, because you brought it up.
So I'll tell.
but that was like a fucking a while ago, right?
Yeah. Go ahead.
I'll
Go
say
ahead.
this much: where when we while I walked into the back room and everything like that, I was setting shit up. I was so nervous. I was borderline. I was pacing back and
I
forth,
remember that.
trying to be like, "All right, just calm down."
I
Like,
remember that.
You remember parts somehow. You'll figure it out.
You're usually very much like myself, like a very snarky asshole, which
And-
is, I mean that in the nicest ways possible
Yeah.
because we both, you and me are like
We vibe. We vibe
yes,
on that end.
we have that same kind of personality. So seeing
Don't
that,
show fear. Don't show fear.
exactly. So
Yeah.
seeing that was kind of like, I get it. Like,
Yeah, and I was just in my head. I'm like, all right, it's just like, I was like, all right, it's just the show, nothing crazy. You know, these people are here. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. But then, like, something back in my mind's like, nah, dude, you gotta forget everything. Gonna suck. So what helped me out of it was, I think one of the bands went on, the one that didn't have any musician, the singer on it, right?
oh, it's the guitarist and
Yeah.
the drummer. Yeah.
And I was kind of looking at them like, they kind of suck. I'm like, you know what? Fuck this feeling. If I suck, sorry,
You suck.
but I suck. Like you can't control that part.
You,
You
thought
can't
you thought they sucked for real? Well, I just didn't think they brought much.
do it.
Right.
That was the thing. I was like, they're not bringing anything to it. They're just background noise.
Yes, exactly.
so I'm like,
I mean,
it
they were
could've been
playing.
replaced-
I thought they were playing really good. It's
They're-
just that they didn't have they didn't have anything.
It was
like
a background noise. Like it could have been just a DJ playing top 10 rock songs, right?
Right.
So I was like, listen, at the end of the day, if Violent Island gets cheered and then they all look at me and go like, you suck, I'd be like, I'm okay with it. So that helped me honestly like get past that anxiety. And talking about comedy, so I did a stand-up, like a small little open mic shit. And
Really?
Oh wait,
Yeah.
you did fucking stand up?
So-
Yo, you got to tell me if you do that shit so I can show
So
up.
we went. It's in Hoboken. I think McFinnigan's.
We should all just do like one big
Yeah.
stand-up group.
Every Tuesday,
Absolutely.
every Tuesday,
We all got
Thursday, they have
stories.
open mic. So they're like, basically come in, do it. I went one night to like see the people there to see what kind of jokes I could say. Because if they all are doing a certain jokes that I don't know how to do, then I don't fit with the crowd. But they were doing like very, common jokes.
Yeah,
It wasn't that
definitely
bad.
know your audience. That's always a
Exactly.
tough thing
Yes.
for any entertainer.
So unless you're Dave Chappelle and you don't care. So we went and
It's
I wrote
comedy.
up I wrote up my skit. It was 5 minutes. I wrote it out, and there were some abortion jokes, and there were some, more again misogynistic jokes, like
Those
guy
are the best
jokes,
kind
right?
of jokes.
So it was all dudes. So I go on. So I'm like, my name's Eric. This. All of a sudden, a door opens. 2 women come in. And I'm just looking at, I'm like, this is not going to go well. So I start saying my jokes. The guys are laughing. The one guy's laughing. No one's really laughing. And I'm just looking at this one woman. She's like, just nodding her head.
This is your first time?
This is my first time.
Dude, but it's comedy. It's a comedy show.
Exactly.
There shouldn't even be any rules.
So-
Like, if you're going to break boundaries, it's in comedy telling your fucking
So
jokes.
when I was coming up to my abortion joke, in my head, I'm like, dude, I shouldn't say it. Like, she's here. She's going to probably say I'm a piece of shit. Write that on the Yelp review. And this is going to be just Eric and McFinnigan's piece of shit. And I'm like, I can't deal with that because McFinnigan's is not going to deal with that. And I'm not going to be ever allowed to go back there. And they're a big soccer bar. So
This is
they're
all while you're on stage.
all while I stay trying to
Oh
figure
my
it out.
gosh.
So then I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to say it. She's not going to like it, but fuck you.
Say it with the chest.
So I said it. No guy laughed. She started cracking up. I was like,
Get the fuck out.
I was like, oh, thank God this worked. So I get off stage, the guys are like, yeah, good job. I'm like, thank you. And she comes up to me. She's like, question. I'm like, yeah, of course. She's like, did you get nervous saying that joke? I'm like, honestly, I did because you were there and I got terrified. And she looked at me and she's like, listen.
Don't be a pussy.
Exactly. She was like, if you want to ever make it big in comedy, music, anything, and you're getting scared of one fan, you fucked up. Because one fan shouldn't dictate your style. Because people are going to be there. They're going to support you. That one fan might not like you. Fuck it. Whatever.
Damn, yo, you should ask that girl out.
No, she was like 45.
Yeah, you should ask her out.
She wasn't attractive.
Age is but a number.
She wasn't attractive. Like, I would have been leading the team.
Beggars can't be choosers.
I can. I can be very choosy.
Man, hold on. Would you say that you bombed that show, or did you say
I bombed. Oh,
Okay.
I bombed. I bombed so bad that part of me was
That's
like,
good.
I should never do comedy again.
No, that's
But then
how
you know what I told
learn.
myself? I told him, fuck that. I'm gonna keep saying these jokes.
Well, see,
Absolutely.
this is my thing. This is my thing, and not to suck my own dick here, but you know what I mean.
We don't even know
Not-
what you're gonna say.
I don't wanna-
Now everybody's gonna anticipate
I don't wanna-
instead of participate with your dick sucking antics.
I don't want to break my arm jerking myself off here, but like
You did it again.
the first comedy show that I did, I killed.
Nice.
Like I did really
Nice,
well,
nice.
and I kind of wish I bombed because the first time that I really bombed, I just like a motherfucker.
Of course.
I went up. This was like this bar, and it was full of comedians. Fun fact: most comedians are fucking dickheads. But
100%.
right, yes, not all of them. Some of them are cool
Majority,
as
yeah.
shit, but some of them are also fucking dicks.
Well, I mean, I think to be a comedian, you have to have that offensive mentality.
it's not about being an offensive mentality
You're
type
thinking
of
you're
person.
taking their job.
no, but
no,
it's
it's-
like
it's-
being
it's
able
more
to
of like-
take and give.
No. That I can understand.
Okay.
There's this level of snarkiness that I can appreciate,
Right.
right? Smart-assness, I have no problem with.
Mm-hmm.
It's an egotism thing.
Oh, well,
It's
that's
an
completely
egotistic
different.
type of. So I went up on stage and I started telling a joke about how my favorite movie is The Departed, and I said there's a scene where Jack Nicholson, he's in a porno theater
Right.
that he likes and that he owns, and I said I'm thankful every day that we have internet porn because to be in one of those theaters would be horrible because you have to like build up the courage to first go, pay the ticket, then you walk in, and then all you hear is just fucking.
That's a
Well,
lot considering
and
you
that-
could just get a membership on there.
Well, okay,
Exactly, yeah.
but I bombed with that joke because I mimed it out. I turned
Do
around.
they still have those?
No, I hope not. So and
I feel like in Manhattan somewhere they have it.
I ended
They still definitely totally have it.
I ended
All right.
I ended with like
Not like I'm gonna go, but I just wanted to know.
Just asking
You're
for a
Google
friend.
mapping
I'm
the
asking for a
fucking-
friend.
I'm asking.
It's not like I'm gonna go, but if it's on Groupon, sure, maybe why not?
I mean, if
It's
a
chapter
group out for
2
five, we
or
got five
Ass
people over
Assassin
here.
5.
Ask Assassin 5, here I come. Literally.
So I mime it out, and I was kind of like alluding to like, oh, that I feel like the worst job in the world would be the cleanup guy there.
Yeah.
And no, so now I appreciate when a movie theater is sticky because it's not what you think it is.
Yeah.
Right. So
Wait, when it's sticky or when it's clean?
when it's sticky, when you go to a regular movie theater and the floor is sticky, and you're like, at least it's not what I think it is. Right.
You don't know
a
that.
bunch of fucking. You're fucking weird.
You never fooled around
Because you go to fucking movie theaters and like bullshit fucking.
I go to Richfield, all right, reclinable seats.
Listen. First of all,
Expensive.
if you didn't fuck around in a movie theater, it's not a movie theater. But you're absolutely right about the stickiness, because when you step in the stickiness at a movie theater, you know it's just soda and popcorn.
Right. So I bombed with that joke, and it's a room full of fucking comedians too, right? And I kind of turned.
relatable. I'm surprised.
Yeah, it blew over. Nobody fucking laughed, and then I got like a like a sorry ass. So I just started making fun of the comedians. There was a guy that was Puerto Rican. I'm like I feel bad for this guy.
Hell yeah! If you're gonna make fun of a Puerto Rican, do it 100%. They're mad easy.
So I singled
Puerto
them out.
Rican right here.
I singled them out. I'm like, you calling yourself Hispanic is like strippers call themselves dancers, right? Everyone started bawling, and I ended like, right?
You
And
rebounded.
yeah, kinda. But it was the first time that I got like a bomb, and it
Yeah.
hurt a little bit. And then I went to go talk to some of the comedians. There was a guy who had no arms, right? He had like a disease where he had no arms. He had like
Yeah.
little nubs, and he had
You have the one finger.
I think he did. He fucking did. So he had no arms. It was up to his elbows, maybe, or maybe up to his some shit. And he's like, the funnest activity for me is driving, because people don't are like, he was funny as shit. He would go up there. He's like, if I came and I robbed all of you
He
right
learned how to
now,
make fun of himself.
yes, he was like, if I came and I robbed all of you right now, nobody would believe you, because you would call the cops and they'd be like, was he armed?
No.
So
As a matter of fact, he had no arms whatsoever.
So here's the thing. So I went up to him after. I'm like, hey man, you had a really good show. He's like, yeah, okay. And so I'm kind of looking at him like, you're such a fuck, bro. Yeah. Be disabled or be a dickhead. You can't be both.
Can't be
feel-
both,
You
100%.
feel me? And it's a fucked up thing to say, but it's like, dog, like, really, you have a fucking ego? Really? You have a fucking ego?
Bro,
Dude, but that just makes it. Everybody's fucking human, man.
But it's no. But I'm just
That
saying,
just
it's
makes everybody fucking human.
it's just that sense of fucking egotism that people
Like,
have.
yo, you
is so
could-
fucking up.
the thing
It
that
just shows that it doesn't matter who you are. Egos are
No,
there.
you're absolutely right. Yeah, and it's maybe fuck me for thinking the guy with a disability would be a little humble.
Absolutely. My brother's in a wheelchair and he's an asshole.
Yo, I love your brother too.
He's super lovable. He's a great guy. I love him too. But he's still a human being.
But yeah, I fucking it hurt my heart in two different ways. Just it was more the fact that comedians, people that went up on stage and killed, and I was laughing at them. You come in and they're just fucking dicks. It's like, bro.
Yeah, no. So at the show that I did, we were, again, no one was good, right? No one was fucking standout comedian where they were killing it, where people were dying of laughter, which I also expected that. I'm like, all right, this is amateur.
It's an open mic night.
right? Ain't gonna be crazy. So after we basically did our sets, all of us, there was a headliner who came out. The only jokes that he said was how bad our comedy was. He was like, yo, this guy sucked because he didn't have the good thing. That guy sucked. Thinking that
No original
I would have
content.
jumped him.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
But the thing about that guy was that, like, in Hoboken, he was their main draw. Like, when they actually had, like, you have to get his sign of approval to go there Thursday or Friday to do the actual comedy show in front of a crowd that paid to get in. And I was like, dude, this piece of shit just started laying into us how we weren't funny. He pointed at me, he's like, dude, come on, like, really? I didn't believe half your stories. And I'm from the back of the crowd. I'm like, yeah, because they're jokes. They're not supposed to be real stories half the time. I'm like, what are you talking about?
You gotta still make them sound believable. I learned this in comedy class. There's moments where our professor would just, she's a comedian too. She's actually really funny. She went up to us and she was like, the things that I'm going to be grading you on aren't necessarily how funny the story is, but whether you have a premise, how it leads together, how it sticks together, and how believable it is. Right. So when you come in and you start telling a story, there has to be a sense of reality.
Because it has to be a sellable bit.
Exactly. So if you're up there, because it robs people of that. There's a comedian who told the story about how he bought a bookshelf and the guy was divorced and he ended up ruining his house. Fucking hilarious.
Dude, the puppet?
Yes. The fucking puppet. Yes. And then so he told a whole bit, right? It was fucking hilarious. And then at the end of it he was like, "You know what's funny? none of that ever happened. And everyone was like, oh. And then he was mocking everybody. He's like, but I saw him in my head or some shit, right?
He tried to save
True.
his own like bad joke, basically.
No, it was a good joke. He killed it.
It was a funny joke. It was hilarious.
No, but then he tried to rebound it after he like said, "Hey, it didn't." Happen.
No. It was he did it on purpose to rob everyone.
That was just part of the joke.
Yes,
All right, never mind.
it was to rob everybody because it didn't really happen. So he could just kind of fucking rob that from everybody of like, now none of that happened. Like,
Yeah, because honestly, that comedian had everybody convinced that this was a real story. And the best part about this comedian was it's a guy he's a puppeteer. Have you ever seen this video? Yeah, like we gotta
like
send
Jeff
you this.
Dunham?
Yeah, exactly. Except you don't see Jeff Denham. You only see the puppet. The guy is hiding behind the. I don't know. I randomly, honestly, stumbled upon that video.
But my
'cause
thing
it
about
became
that
super
is
trendy.
the fictional
Link in the
jokes.
description. Randy the fucking puppet.
But the thing about it is, like, I didn't say anything like crazy out of the. I'm an astronaut who did an abortion on the Mars, right? It was none of that. It was
On the Mars.
So it was a very simple joke where I'm like, my girlfriend's a historian, and she always told me that history repeats itself. So one day, her and I had sex, and I accidentally came at her. So we had to get an abortion. It was unfortunate. We were young. It happened. A few months later, I did it again, and she came up to me. She's like, Eric, I missed my period. And I looked at her, and I'm like, baby, you said history repeats itself, so you know what you should do? Go get the abortion. I thought it was hilarious. So, again, it's not out of the realm of possibility. It's not out
You should have invited me. I would have laughed mad
It's
hard for
not
that
out
shit.
of the realm of possibility of what happens to everyday people.
Yes. Yeah.
The fact that he was like, dude, that shit would never happen to you. And I looked at his face. I'm like, who's letting you hit raw? That you have enough balls to tell me that I can't hit raw like that.
I feel like
That is a real ass thing, though. That is real as fuck.
Yeah.
Did nobody
I
see
feel
the
like
Juno movie?
I feel like that moment of like, baby, history repeats itself. Like, I feel like that's such a that's the punch. But I feel like he's looking at you like, what type of fucking sitcom dad shit is this? Well, that's not a real
Everyday
sitcom
life.
situation, but still. When you looked at a bitch where she's like, oh my god, we have to kill another child. Hey, history fucking repeats itself.
But that's the.
You know how fast I'd leave your ass if I was a fucking woman? First of all,
But I started off as like, guys, I'm single. Here's the reasons why I'm single. I didn't go like, yeah, I'm in a relationship of 5 years where both her and I are happy. No.
You weren't saying at all. Listen, I'm in a relationship and I am right with everything I say. So abort your babies and
That was, and the fact that he said that,
Yeah.
I was like, yo, like, how are you this big of a dick? Like,
Well, that's why he just runs the comedy club at that spot, and
guess.
that's it.
And even the people afterwards, I was
Because
talking
to be a comedian, you got to be open minded, and
You
to go to a comedian show, you need to open. You can't go to a comedy act and be like, "Oh, I'm going to sit here and wait till the offensiveness overcomes me."
Yeah.
Because it's like we're all here to laugh
So
about the hard truth.
a lot of things that and this goes for artists, rappers, comedians, entertainers, people in general. When you see somebody like coming up and then you just look at them and you're immediately like, I don't like this person, they will do everything out of the way to shit on you,
Yeah,
right?
100%.
It's a given fact. So, it could have been that, or it could have simply just been, I don't fucking like this guy's face.
100%.
I'm going to go up there and just fucking absolutely shit. I have moments like that with other rappers where I will look at them and immediately go, this guy's a fucking douche. And just for no words, there's a rapper, I'm not going to say his name. There's a rapper
That's just human nature. We can't help that. I always try to give the benefit of the doubt, but it's just like you always have that first impression.
There's
of
always
somebody,
there's
no
always
matter
something
who you
there's
are.
always something, and this, I'm a strong believer that your mind is an asshole. Your brain is a fucking asshole. Like, you are your brain, but like, in HQ, you are HQ. Look, you're the control center. You're the control center. But hold on. But your brain is a fucking dick.
I don't
'Cause
think you're your mind. I don't think you're your
what
mind.
what the fuck are you then?
I think your mind is a tool that, as a human being living this physical experience, you're able to use. I think it's actually like it's actually pretty counterproductive to like have yourself believe that your mind controls you. Like it's like you're not in this book called like The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. He says like like you have to observe, like watch the thinker.
Yo, don't ever bring Wesley around. He'll fact check the shit out of you.
That's why we need him on the show.
This is he's more. I believe him that he works at Google more than I believe that you work at fucking
I'm an
Google.
analyst at Google. I analyze.
Yo, Wes, when you want to say something, tap him so he can give you the fucking microphone.
He's
please.
we've been really
'Cause
good with the
me and
mic.
him have a system. Look, look.
We've been really good with the mic.
He has his hand out. I'm like, all right. And then Austin says,
I just been holding the mic, literally like saying nothing. But I'm like,
Well, my point is,
nah, don't let him finish.
fuck you, Alfie.
Let me finish.
So me and
I like him because he's like,
Austin, shut the fuck up.
man, fuck you.
I got something to say.
We're gonna do Fight Club in this house again.
Yes.
I have 2 pairs of blue gloves.
I got 4 gloves in my car.
What's the first one?
Oh, we could have a 4-way.
Biggest rule. We put the biggest rule.
Yeah, you're talking about his shit.
I'm too pretty to get punched.
So
Eric knows the limits. He needs
I'm
it
not
for
getting
Google.
punched.
nah, I feel like Eric would be down just for sympathy points
Please
later.
don't.
I
do
feel
that
like
to me.
Eric has so much aggression behind those cigarettes.
So my
Low key, I used to have an awful temper. Low key, I used to.
3 years of anger management.
I need anger management like a
Low key,
motherfucker.
I have developed a serious temper.
Dude, when it came to sports, soccer was my main sport.
yeah, fucking the whole time we played at Van Fleet in 2014.
That wasn't even my worst.
Yeah,
My worst was.
that was my first impression of you.
I remember we were playing. I was in a league, like a semi-pro men's league, and we were playing. And this kid just sucked. Right? He wasn't supposed to be there, but whatever.
Should have told him.
That was me,
I
by the
did.
way.
So I just kept telling my team, like, give me the ball. I kept going by him, and I remember I went by one play, and afterwards I got by him. We crossed, and we didn't score, but I started clapping at him. So the very next play,
such a douche.
So the very next play, he didn't do anything wrong, but I took it as he did something wrong. He stole the ball from me. I saw red.
Wait, was he on your team?
No, he was on the other team. He
Oh,
did
okay.
the right thing. He played defense.
All right.
He was playing.
He was playing.
right.
I saw red because when he did it, I saw a smile that he took the ball away from me. I grabbed him by the back of his shirt, turned him around, and clocked him. Now,
No fucking way.
Now-
You punched him?
now I was
You
playing.
punched
I
him?
punched him. So now,
Oh my fucking god.
I was playing in this.
I'd kick you in the nuts with cleats. Bro.
So
Hell yeah, hell
so
yeah.
I thought I gave him good. I was like, fuck yeah. My parents were at the game. I lost everything. He didn't fall. He just turned around. He's like, what? I'm like, shit, I'm going to get about knocked the fuck out right now. So his teammates start running up. I'm like, shit. I'm like, all right, well, time to get punched. Luckily for me, my team was mostly all Portuguese players. And this one kid was like 6'4", tatted up, yoked out of his mind. I just see him sprinting across the field.
Hell yeah.
And all you hear is, you touch him, I'ma kill you. He gets between me and he's like, if anyone wants this, through me. I'm like, and I'm behind him. I'm like, yeah, fuck you, and fuck you.
This is a thing, and this is the
It's
thing.
like when the dude quits in fucking How High. He's like, fuck you,
Yeah,
fuck
yeah,
you.
yeah,
You're cool. Fuck you, I quit.